Well, I was talking about the threat of over-regulation to the market. I'm particularly concerned about the exceedingly long investigation into kangaroo that the Competition Commission are conducting, which I think is, going to threaten what is potentially an opportunity for UK business in what is now a global media marketplace. I was also talking about the rise of social media and how that is distinct from social networks, that it is, I guess, something that is innate to people because we are social animals, and that for me the really interesting revelation in the last 2 or 3 years has been not the ability of the internet to connect brands and businesses with consumers, but its ability to connect consumers with one another. And that's impacting on business, on advertising, on politics, and pretty much every sphere of life that we can consider. I heard this morning a number of speakers talking about the downturn and the difficulties. Now, I'm no cheerleader for media, but there are lots of indications that, amongst them Enders, who published yesterday a survey saying that revenues would be up 18% this year. Now, there's going to be a wide variation in how we see that, but if I was sitting at a broadcaster right now, I'd be looking at that rather jealously. I do have a small concern that the digital industry is kind of talking itself into a recession, as the phrase goes. It is still growing healthily, and it's likely to continue to grow healthily for 2 reasons. Firstly, because as economic climate tightens, we'll see more advertisers moving and transferring investment to more accountable media, which the internet certainly is. Secondly, because structurally there is still a stretch between the amount by which consumers use the internet and the amount that advertisers invest in it. So there's still catch up to play. I walked into this room this morning and I was blown away. It's very well attended. The lineup, with obviously the exception of myself, is very impressive. There are a lot of big names and very interesting people talking today. So I think it's tremendously encouraging. Well, I think that we tend to perhaps underestimate the profound nature of the change that Web 2.0, the social element of media, has wrought on society and is still happening. To the extent that the nature of conversation is changing. We did research groups recently amongst people in their early 20s who are saying when they meet up with their mates, the first half hour of the conversation is no longer about, so what have you been doing in the last couple of weeks? Because they know. They're all looking at each other's Facebook profiles. They know this stuff. So conversations just tend to just start like it was the continuation of an existing conversation. And I think that's quite interesting because, for something as fundamental as conversation in pubs to change, the nature of those conversations is very significant. It says there's big change afoot.